So she ran after me and she said, wait for me. And then she held my hand and I'm like, oh shit. I knew that, oh shit, something is wrong. TheSmartLocal.com.
Welcome to another episode of Ask TSL. In light of Pride Month, we are going to do a very special episode where we answer all your LGBT-related questions.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Okay, before we go into the questions, right, we just want to identify like what we label as lah. Okay, maybe who you want to start?
I'm very gay.
Okay, I am bi or pansexual. Okay, to be honest, I don't like to put a label on myself. Yeah. I just like girls lah, but I don't know whether I like guys.
She don't want to be labelled.
Yeah.
Give us the questions. Okay, first question. When and how did you find out that you ain't straight?
Until the age of 14, I dated. That was my last girlfriend. So I dated her, and then we didn't get any physical or whatsoever. We were about to cross the street. As a carefree me, I just walked off the street without like
Holding her hand.
So she ran after me and she said, wait for me. And then she held my hand and I'm like, I knew that, oh shit, something is wrong. And the next day I broke up with her.
Oh no!
And then it took me 4 years later to date the first boyfriend.
Yeah. So in your whole hand, do you feel a bit more like natural?
Yeah, of course. In my head, I imagine kissing the guy, not the girl, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
So afterwards, what was her reaction when you broke up with her right the next day?
So the next day, I just texted her. Actually, did I text her? No, I feel like I just ghosted her.
Oh my god,
Yeah, and then I think about 4 or 5 years later, they recently saw each other on Facebook again. She added me, but I didn't add her back. So at that moment, it's just a very confused moment for me. A very confused phase for me. I don't know where I belong to also.
What about you?
Me, I had my first crush on a girl when I was in secondary school. She belonged to someone else lah, obviously. That's why nobody knows about it lah. I think when you're in a girls' school, right, especially in a girls' school for 10 years, it's very normal for people to always say that girls will end up liking girls because you are in an environment where you are full of women, and I think like
that's my dream.
Well, Jess, maybe we should have swapped places. I think the confirmation really truly came when I was much older because most people say it's a phase, right? So I went to poly and I went to uni also where it's co-ed, but I still like girls lah, so I don't really think it's just a phase because usually if it's just a phase, maybe it only lasts like 1 to 3 years perhaps. But sometimes I do really consider like spending the rest of my life with a woman instead of a guy. On that note, why I think I would still consider myself like bi or pansexual also is because I think for me it's not so much about the gender of the person but really who the person is lah.
I realized that I like girls at the age of, okay, I don't know the age lah, but primary 2. So I liked my best friend. Okay, at the moment when I felt that I like her, right, it's very scary for me. The social norm is for a guy and a girl to like each other, but then for me it's like, oh my god, I suddenly have feelings for a girl. How I realized that it's not just platonic feelings, right, is the time school holidays. Okay, no one knows about this. You all know about it.
Dishing the secrets.
I have my own diary, so I like to draw last time. So I draw. I end up drawing me and her kissing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was like, like, how come I'm drawing like this and trying to imagine like how I would like me and her to be. It was quite scary lah. I thought that it wasn't normal, so I just kept it to myself. Yeah. Then after that, I was together with a guy. The relationship was very different, even though we spent like 2 years together. I like him, I love him as a friend, but not more than that. So I didn't hold his hand, I didn't hug or like kiss. I wouldn't allow him to do that to me lah.
Right.
Yeah, because I just felt very uncomfortable. Next question, what makes same-sex relationships succeed or fail? Ooh. Okay.
And then what's a successful or like fail straight sex? I don't get it. So like successful means you got a baby or
What's the definition of success or fail? So if let's say if I assume right, success means that you guys stay together and then like fail means that you all break up, right? All relationships are like that lah. It's not even about like
relationship.
Same-sex relationships succeed or fail.
I thought it was like successful sex.
means successful.
Then successful
No, that one is like
relationship is what? Get married?
I feel like
I guess what she said, if you're
If
still
together.
if you're still together. as
If
of
you feel
now.
contented, then successful.
yeah, or like you're
already,
happy in
no?
the relationship, right?
I mean, just like any other relationship.
It's just like every other relationship.
I'm still laughing at this question. I find it so ridiculous.
It depends on your personal needs. Right? It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
depend
yeah.
on
I
what
agree.
your sexual preference is.
As with all good relationships, it's open communication with your partner,
Yeah.
honesty,
Yeah.
and just being a good listener to them
Yeah.
lah, and just being their partner in crime for life lor.
But based on personal experience, okay lah. Same sex relationship is much harder to hold on. There's really more things to consider.
Yeah.
In future, your housing, your hospital stuff, and
Even parental acceptance,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
so there's a lot more added stress to that. I have 3 relationships. 2 of them is just like it's between the both of us only. Like maybe we are not compatible. But for my recent relationship, it's just parental acceptance lah.
It may be harder to be happy, but the core value of happiness is the same. You know? Yeah.
Next question: Is there true monogamy in a gay long-term relationship?
This question is for you.
Why? I mean, why not? I know a lot of people. I know a lot of my friends. They are in monogamy relationship, and it works very well for them. Yeah, it exists. It does exist.
I think because of the stereotypes, they
Oh,
think
yeah.
that gays, right? I don't know lah. Maybe.
I think
Maybe they-
I think they believe it because in general, guys need more sex than girls. So you're not happy with like one
Just
partner,
one
one
sex
just
partner.
partner. Yeah.
I feel that it's quite strange sometimes the question comes like this because like immediately when we think of like LGBTQ kind of relationships, right, maybe people start thinking about what happens in the bedroom first. You know what I mean? Like, so this question probably based on the fact that because maybe gays tend to like need multiple partners, but like that may not
I
necessarily be
don't
true
think it's
lah.
just gay there. Like
Yeah, I
for
also don't
lesbian,
think so.
people also keep wondering like,
How do 2 girls have sex?
you know,
Okay. Oh, my favorite LGBT films. Ooh, I have a list.
no, I don't even watch.
You have a
LGBT
list.
films.
Scroll.
What?
Okay, this just
I don't have.
take it away.
No, I mean the only LGBT film I know is that kind of film.
Oh, the R21.
I see.
Yeah.
The R21.
And the other,
Okay, my favorite one, the first one is The Handmaiden. It's a Korean LGBT film. It's like a 古代 those kind long time ago. But then the servant and the queen like fall in love.
Wow, so
Wow.
juicy.
And there's a lot of plot twists. And you all watch Parasite? Yeah,
Yes.
so much better than Parasite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
watching it.
The next one is Blue is the Warmest Color. It's a French film, if I'm not wrong. The third one is the L Word.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
The latest season. If you want to know more films, you can IG DM me.
Justin has a list.
Yeah.
We
I
will-
will entertain you guys. The next question.
Okay.
How is it like being gay in school?
it was alright. As in, my school didn't have anything against gay people. I came out to my friend and they both took it very, very normally. Like nothing major going on. Like you're still my friend after that.
I think you can consider yourself quite lucky. But maybe some people, they find it very hard to come out in their school, like
Right.
secondary school. I think the most important thing is to figure out who you are comfortable sharing this with, because it's something that is very personal to you and it might affect your school life if you mix with the
Wrong group of people.
the wrong group of people. You should only come out when you are ready to. I think timing is very important. Don't force yourself to come out just because people are like forcing you to, or you feel peer pressured. But I think we should count ourselves very lucky that we are in a society that is quite open to LGBTQ plus really. I think we are in a good place. We are heading towards somewhere. It's just a matter of time.
I think with the help of technology, it's a lot easier to find someone that
Could-
identify themselves as the same way as you also. So they probably will understand you better. Yeah.
Okay,
Compared to, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Oh,
We
yeah,
don't have
for
internet,
sure.
yeah.
we have it a lot better.
Yeah.
How did you come out to your friends and family?
Wow, such a heavy topic.
The coming out stories.
I think I have no problem with my friends. They're like, huh? I don't really know eh. They're like that. For my family, it took a while. It was during my second ex. We were standing facing the window, then we just look out the window. I was standing in front of him, he was hugging me from behind, and we just both look at the sunset. Then my parents came home. They came home and they went into this room and they saw me hugging my ex there. And when I went down to the living room, they started to call me into a room and ask me about it, like what happened. I was 17 and I was damn scared. And I keep denying it, like I keep refusing, oh, there's nothing going on. It's just friends. They don't really believe it, but they try to forget it, you know, like just to live on. What comes after that is that we had a kind of like a cold war for a month. But the funny thing is that my mom, she's a very caring and loving person. She never scold her kids. So what she did, like she wrote letters to me every day and put on my table. But the funny thing, right, that made me angry, right? She cut all the articles about gay people committing crime from a newspaper and put together with a letter!
So fagro.
I cut all the articles about straight people committing crime and put back on her table. And obviously there are more straight people in the world, right? Yeah, so after a while she got a memo and then she stopped doing it anymore. My dad, he's kind of homophobic, so until now he doesn't know yet.
How about you, Jess?
Okay, that's the end of. I haven't really like officially come out to my family yet. They suspect. Yeah, so 5 years ago, they suspected that I was together with my first girlfriend. And it was true. I was very stupid. I accidentally sent a text. Wanted to send it to my ex-girlfriend, but I sent it to my mom instead. That's when all hell broke loose. Our relationship was so bad. She forced me to break up with my ex. But we didn't lah. We had to keep it low-key. Sorry if you see this. But I broke up already. I got no girlfriend now. What? Yeah. Our relationship turned very sour. We had a few talks. I told her that why can't I be myself? I like girls. I tried my best to be with a guy, but it just doesn't seem right lah. And she just don't understand it. So she will always occasionally like say a lot of mean stuff to me. She said that you are a disgrace to our family. That's the most hurtful part lah. Our relationship was very, very bad. Every single day I will just lock myself in a room. I wouldn't want to take a look at my parents. Every Chinese New Year is a struggle for my mom and me. There was one year I went visiting with a short hair and my relatives will start asking my mom, you had a son. F***ing stupid relatives. I've been visiting their house for 20 years and they suddenly ask my mom whether I had a son. Or they will ask my sis whether I'm my sis boyfriend. Then I felt very, very bad for my mom. It made me think lah that okay, maybe even if I want to be comfortable with myself, right, I need to at least put myself in her shoe. So I just let her be, or I'll let her slowly understand, like take it at her own pace. It takes both hands to clap to make the relationship better. I had to compromise a bit. My mom had to compromise a bit lah.
Is our parents a coping mechanism when they scold and then they say mean things to you like hopefully after all these things that they say you'll become normal again, you know? But then they didn't realize that it can't be changed and it hurt us. So yeah.
I think coming out to our parents is usually one of the most like pivotal moments because like these people are our parents lah. Sometimes I think we ourselves also like have to also take a step back and understand that our parents are only human. So like when we manage to humanize our parents and see them as people, like an individual person, let's say if this person met you on the street, right, and then given that this is their set of beliefs, right, you cannot expect this person to accept you for who you are also, right? So like I think it's that two-way understanding lah. And then like I think like you managing to find that compromise in your mom is really something that is very inspirational.
I don't know whether this is a good advice, but come out only when you are financially capable.
I think so as well.
Of depending on yourself.
But financial is not the only factor that you have to consider, you know.
Yeah.
I think make sure that you yourself can do it on your own. You know, I think like that's what it is lah. You know, like you're not dependent on someone because then it will harm your relationship with the people that you stay with or live with.
Yeah, a lot of people I know, they come out because the boyfriend, only when they are in a relationship and the boyfriend like force them to come out.
No.
You know?
Well, that's not great.
Yeah, so that's not great lah.
Okay.
Do it for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, yes, we are done. Is that the last question?
Finally. Wow, we just came out to the whole wide world on the year.
Thank you for watching this episode of Ask TSL.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and ring the notification bell.
And watch our other videos over there.
Bye! Happy Pride!
Great!
Amen.
Just
We are disgraced.
Call me 907. Just kidding.